Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to be making another recipe from the Samantha cookbook. And this is another one of the American Girl recipes. As I've mentioned before, I loved making all of the historical fiction recipes growing up, as some of you guys might have as well. So this is a recipe for corn oysters. Best thing I know how to explain these as is kind of like a hush puppy made with whole corn. It's like a little fried cornmeal kind of thing, but it's like with a whole corn and flour instead of cornmeal. It is really good. I really enjoyed making these. It's just like a little batter that you fry and turn over. And it was considered to be like an appetizer thing during that point in time. And it tasted amazing. So I highly recommend trying these out. And it would be a great little side thing. It would be a great appetizer. And I think it would go great with like a seafood dinner or something, because that's kind of the way we do it in the South. But some things that I kind of wanted to talk about with this video is why books like the American Girl series were so important to me growing up, and why I feel like they might have really influenced the way that we grew up as humans. It might have seemed just like a book to us when we were younger, but as I've been going through and researching this video series as an adult, I've realized that so much of what I read in these books determined who I am as a person, because reading about how Samantha befriended Nellie and the fact that they were the number of things that happened to Nellie throughout the series, that, you know, she worked in the factory and pretty much was in an abusive system there. And then she literally had to go and be a maid for a wealthy person. And then once her parents passed away, she got sent to an uncle, and then the uncle took everything that she had and then sent them to an orphanage, and then them being on the receiving end of a system in the orphanage that was not helpful and getting sent. Like, Nellie was in danger of being sent west on the orphan train and being separated from her sisters. There were several situations in which Nellie was on the receiving end of abusive system after abusive system. And this happened to numbers and numbers of people throughout this entire country. And in this particular case, Nellie was an immigrant family. She was an Irish family. And so as a result of being an Irish family, she was discriminated against in that case. And the American Girl series did not shy away from these subjects. And we have had this idea coming through that we need to be, so careful about what we expose our kids to. But by telling these stories in a gentle way, like, these stories were not told in a harsh way. They were told in a way that was developmentally appropriate. But reading them as an adult, I'm realizing that taught me that the way that we treat people is important, but it also taught me that I, as a kid, could make a difference. And so that put something in my head that the things that I do as an adult have an impact. And it gave me a sense of autonomy that makes me feel less hopeless as an adult going forward. So have your kids read books like this. Go and find your old American Girl books. Go and find the books from the library. These stories are impactful. They will teach your kids lessons about our history so that we aren't doomed to repeat them. Because children working in factories is wrong. Children being abandoned to abusive orphanages is wrong. There are so many ways in which we can take care of people and love each other well. And the stories that we read growing up taught us those things. And sometimes in an effort to shelter our kids, we lose the opportunity to teach them empathy. So that's something that we can do within the course of these stories. So as we are doing this, let's learn a recipe.
So your ingredients for this are going to be 2 cups of frozen corn, and you do want to rinse the ice crystals off of that, and you can do that in the colander. You want a 1/4 cup of milk, and whole milk is going to be better for this because you want it to add a little bit of richness to it. A 1/3 cup of flour, and that's all-purpose flour. 1 egg, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 2 tablespoons of oil. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of sugar just to add a little bit of sweetness to it, but you don't have to do that. So the first thing you're going to do is put all of the ingredients but your butter and the oil into a bowl. And you just dump it in there all together all at once. And this is pretty much the simplest thing in the world to put together, because then all you're going to do is mix that together until it's well combined. And you are going to have to mix that pretty well, because if your corn is still a little bit frozen, you're going to have to break it up a little bit and make sure that everything gets well combined together. So then you're going to heat up a skillet on medium-high heat, and I'm using a cast iron skillet here. And you want to have a plate ready to go with a paper towel on it, just to let everything drain off as you are pulling these out of the oil. So I'm testing out to see if that's a little bit warm. We're going to melt that butter into the pan. Once that is just about melted, you are going to add in your oil. And adding the oil in is going to raise the smoke point of that butter so that it doesn't burn too much as you are cooking this. So then you're just going to add little dollops of your batter into the oil, and these were a little bit too big. That's about 2 tablespoons there in the pan. You want these to be about the size of a regular oyster. So after about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, you're going to flip. Now, while these are bigger than the recipe intended, they still tasted amazing. So if you're just trying to make something that tastes really good, then this size is absolutely perfect. So yeah, definitely this would work just fine if you're just trying to make something quick for dinner. Then you're going to remove those from the pan onto a paper towel lined plate. And I usually try to get any of those little crispy bits out just so they don't continue to burn. This next round, I got a little smarter and used a scoop and made them smaller. And the one adaptation I had to make that was different than the recipe is I did have to end up adding a little bit more oil to the pan after this. And that's pretty common with anything that you're frying, is if you're doing more than one round, you typically have to add a little extra oil to the pan after each round. So these you do want to be about the size of an oyster. And so I'm using a scoop about that size. You can also just use a tablespoon or a couple of spoons and scrape off of one spoon with the other spoon. And then after about 2 minutes, you're going to flip those over. And they end up being golden brown. The second side, it's going to take about 90 seconds. Always when you're making stuff like this, the second side takes a little bit less time. And as I mentioned earlier, these were considered to be an appetizer during that period of time. But these would be great as a side dish. We can enjoy them however we want to because we have that ability. But this is a great way to connect with historic recipes. It's something great that you could try with your kids, although watch out for the hot oil. And it's really fun to try out. So let me know in the comments if you try it out. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the books or if you still have your cookbooks. And see you next time. Also, this is a reminder that we do have our 2 membership levels, and the 2 membership levels, you literally get access to the videos as soon as I post them instead of getting them as they get released on Saturdays. So as soon as I put them up, you can see them, so you get early access to that. You'll also have some live streams that you'll have direct access to ask me questions and things. So it's a great opportunity, so consider that. If you do not have the ability to join as a member, the awesome way to support me for absolutely free is to comment, like, subscribe, share these videos out. It's a great way to support the channel. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week.